So this deck is a masterpiece. It's not the best deck in the game for sure, but it is surprisingly competitive for what it does. And it's probably the most fun deck to play. Because, like, when you play this deck, you have to know how to play all decks. So you're always going to get a variety of games. Just literally always every game is different because you have to beat the opponent with their own cards. So the whole point of this deck is we want to cast this spell on turn 2. And what this does is each player discards their hand and then conjures a duplicate of each of 7 random cards from the library of the player to the right, which, if you're in 1v1, is always your opponent. The duplicates perpetually gain mana of any type can be spent to cast a spell. So the whole point of this deck is basically to make our deck completely useless. It doesn't do anything on its own. There's nothing in here that can kill the opponent. There's no way to win. There's not really any cards that have a substantive effect on the opponent's game plan. There's no removal or anything like that. So the idea is we switch our useless cards with our opponent's good cards and then beat them to death with their own stuff. And everything in the deck is kind of going towards that game plan. So we have 12 1-mana accelerators and a rainbow mana base that can make all different colors of mana. So ideally, we want one of these in a juggle in our opening hand. We play a ramp dude, and then on turn 2 we juggle. Opponent loses their hand, we lose our hand. We get opponent's cards, they get our cards, and then everything they get from us is either going to be a 0 power mana dork, a strike it rich, so they can get ramp, but ramp alone doesn't do anything. A tutor that doesn't immediately get them a card and gives us a chance to fetch either Siphon Insight or Bribery to force them, or Outrageous Robbery to force them to shuffle and or steal the card they picked from the top of their deck. So they use this on their turn, and we don't have mana to say Bribery, or we don't want to juggle or something like that. Then we can just pick Siphon Insight or Outrageous Robbery, steal whatever card they put on the top of their deck, and then they don't get the card that they picked, and we get the card that they picked. So we get a card that we want, which would be like this or this. We steal their card, or if we have 5 mana, we can use Bribery to cause them to shuffle. So this is a strong tutor in conjunction with Siphon Insight and Outrageous Robbery. For us as well, we can use it and then immediately Siphon or Outrageous Robbery to mitigate the benefit they get from it. We have Grave Expectations, which can form our Graveyard Hate, our early game Graveyard Hate, to kind of fight back a little bit against like Reanimator. We also have 4 Leyline in the Void. I'll get to that. Or it can be used to heist from the opponent's deck. And if they use this on us, again, they're picking from our card pool. So there's nothing in our deck that can cause them to win the game. Like, there's no creatures with any power. There's no way. The only real thing they can get that is a potential win condition is Outrageous Robbery, but you would need a lot of mana to mill the opponent out. So they steal something from us, and then whatever they steal, it doesn't do anything. We steal stuff from them. Hopefully we're getting good cards. Same thing with Siphon Insight. This is also really good because when we discard it to Juggle the Performance, we can reuse it later. So if it's in like our opening hand, it's not a total loss if we juggle it away. And aside from that, it's got synergy with Scheming Symmetry. We have outrageous. We have our late game bombs. Bribery can win the game on its own against certain decks if they're running like Eldrazi's or Reanimator and things like that. If you hit the point where you stalled long enough to be able to cast a Bribery, a lot of times you can pull out Arden and just win the game with their stuff, or pull out like an Eldrazi or something like that. Outrageous Robbery, again, is another, it's kind of giving us the late game bomb if we've kind of stalled out from the initial hand swap. to be able to refuel off their deck and or mill them out if it's late enough in the game. And then we have the rest of our cards are just designed to be like effective but awkward if you're not starting the game with them, because we'll be switching hands with the opponent. So for instance, Leyline of the Void, if we start with it, it's great. It hoses a bunch of decks, gets rid of their graveyard, any graveyard strategies they may have. They have to deal with it if they want to do anything with the graveyard, and we get to start with it for free. Once we swap hands, it's this awkward 4-mana enchantment that they have to manually cast, and we're not necessarily doing graveyard-specific strats unless they are. So it's like, it's all upside for us, and it's just an awkward, kind of clunky, do-nothing enchantment for them usually. And likewise, our lands are also designed this way. So we have 4 Gemstone Caverns, which is insane in this deck. It basically counts as another ramp spell. If we're on the draw, it can make it so that we are able to cast Juggle on turn 2 without any of our other ramp spells. But also, it's only a decent land if you start the game with it. If you don't start the game with it, it's just a colorless land. So they get this after we swap. Who cares? We have an omnicolor mana base, so we have 4 starting towns, 4 mana confluences, 4 reflecting pools, 4 multiversal passages, a basic of each of our primary colors, and then the 4 Gemstone Caverns. This is just like, it makes sense. And then we have 4 Birds of Paradise and 4 Gilded Goose. This can also stall by making food and eating it. And like the idea is that eventually you will overwhelm the opponent with their own cards. So like once we swap hands initially, all the rest of our deck is designed to kind of like outdraw the opponent from their own deck. Okay, sideboard. So the whole point of our sideboard is basically to be a Karn board, and I think this needs to actually be reordered. Did they get rid of the like 7? I guess they did. The whole point of this is to basically be a Karn board, because we're playing this deck almost exclusively in best of 1. We don't usually get any utility from our sideboard, but there is a scenario where we steal a Karn from the opponent. And that happens not all the time, but occasionally. And so because that's a thing that can happen, we have our Karn board over here. Stormlight's Crypt, Pithing Needle, Liquid Metal Coating, Stone Brain, Godfarer Statue, Cityscape Leveler, Portal to Phyrexia. So that we can basically use our sideboard as a Karn board, if we do end up stealing a Karn. I don't know why. Did they get rid of ordering? Oh well, whatever. But anyway, this deck is not a tier 0 deck, or even really a tier 1 deck, but it is surprisingly competitive because of the power of casting a turn 2 Juggle the Performance, which is the whole point of this deck. So you're gonna mulligan down until you hit either a Scheming Symmetry or Juggle the Performance so that you can tutor for it. And you're going to want to find, like, your ideal hand is going to have a mana ramp spell and Juggle the Performance in your opening hand. The rest of it you don't really care about. After you cast that, at that point you want to draw like your briberies, your outrageous robberies, your heist spells. Alright, so this deck is hilarious. It's a masterpiece. Because of like how mindfucky it is. A lot of people don't know how to properly play with, for example, Scheming Symmetry. Like, you're foisting a hand of bad cards that the opponent's unfamiliar with on them, stealing their good cards, and then trying to win the game with it. Okay, so no, we don't have a juggle, so we mulligan. Nope. Okay. Well, so at this point, we're just gonna hope that opponent's on Reanimator and maybe do something like this. But this game is probably a loss. Unless opponent's on Reanimator, in which case they just scoop to... Oh my gosh. I didn't mean to do that, but it was the same card, so it didn't matter. Sure. Do we think this is a counterspell? Alright, excellent. That gets rid of that Null Drifter forever. Into the Shadow Realm. And now... Let's do a swap. Alright, and we have a Karn. Remember when I said that do we have a Karn board? It's explicitly for this reason right here. So we'll snag a liquid metal coating off this Karn and hopefully start blasting the opponent's lands. And if we can lock them out of lands, we just win. Don't have picked up a Karn. I'm gonna be upset if he picked up a Karn. Okay. Karn is also gonna neutralize these treasure tokens. And again, like, he's stealing cards from us, which don't do anything. But when we use it on him, we're getting good cards because theoretically, he filled his deck with good cards. So slam this on white, cast Karn, fetch liquid metal coating. Yeah, I guess they lifted that restriction, huh? We start melting lands here, starting with that Ugin's Labyrinth. Alright. He starts soft locking him out here. And that's why we have a Karn board in this deck. I didn't expect us to get an example for that reasoning so quickly. It's not really something that happens that often. But that is why it's there. Because it's just good. It's good to have that contingency for when you steal a Karn from somebody. Like, we have a Karn board and no Karns in our deck, which is kind of hilarious. Karn is conceivably something we could run because not every deck can take advantage of it, but if they are a Karn deck and they steal it from you, it feels real bad. Okay. I don't like it. So there's two kind of thought processes I have here. I could play this on black and have, but then it's like guaranteed this is turn 3. Let's play the goose. If we draw any of our colored land sources, this enables our turn 2. And if not, we can symmetry for 1. And we like this is going to be Reanimator, so we have grave expectations right now, which actually makes it so that we don't have to rush quite as much. All right, we're chilling. Oh my god, we're so fucking close. Okay. Oh man, if we had just drawn any colored land, we could slam this ley line, and it's pretty much GG at that point, I think. I also forgot to make a food there. I'm gonna be so bummed if he has the reanimation spell here. No whammy, no whammy, no whammy. Nice. Okay, great. We're in good shape now. We should be able to... Okay. Hear me out. I could bribe him. Or I could just sit back and be safe. Okay, let's sit back and be safe. I have grave expectations, so we can neutralize one more reanimate spell. And we can also clean his graveyard here and slam Leyline of the Void. Okay, sure. Well, that's not good if he has a way to... No, he can't recast this. So you'd have to do it on his turn. And he didn't do it before draw. So he should be good. Nice. He whiffs. He kept something on top too. So we're gonna bribe him. Hmm. Just gonna cast it. That's fine. Alright, no whammy, no whammy, no whammy. He doesn't have any creatures in the graveyard, so he has to get stuff in the graveyard and res it. Unfortunately, Faithless Looting makes that pretty easy to do. Pretty unlucky to get countered the number of times we've been countered against a Reanimator deck. Okay, so he gets this back, he steals something. I mean, at this point, if he steals our Multiversal Passage, it does suck, but we have a bunch of dorks. Good. He doesn't understand how Reflecting Pool works. Alright. Okay, another counterspell. That's fine. Annoying, but fine. We just need any land and we can cast Bribery immediately. No creatures in his graveyard. Unlikely that he's going to be able to resurrect this turn at least. Which is Necromancy. Yeah, discard more cards. And counter me again. I'm fine with him countering this on his turn. We'll take the land. It's green. That's the wrong color, my brother. Oh my god, he has another counterspell. This is ridiculous. Okay, it's not a counterspell. So what do we do here? Iona, name black? I'm actually thinking this. Alright, so he can blow something up. Oh no, he can steal the Emiria back. Okay, sure. Sure. What do we got in here? I'm just thinking. Um, I think our best bet is actually bribery again, and then siphon. Or do we outrageous robbery for 3? I think we outrageous robbery for 3 actually. On his upkeep though. It gives us life death back and a necromancy. I like that. What do we got in here? Iona. Probably fetch Ashen Rider. Got him. Just jam him up. I love this deck, man. Go it. Fucking bots. Alright, next game. Yeah, so that's kind of just how we do it. Like, we steal their deck and then outdraw them from their own deck and win the game. We have a really hard time against, like, Affinity because they dump all their. By the time we get to turn 2, they've dumped their entire hand. And we're, like, already behind the 8 ball, but. Okay, this is a better hand. So we Leyline, Play Mountain, Strike at Ridge, Multiversal Passage on black, Juggle the Performance. Yep. Just having this in your deck will also win you games occasionally on like turn 0 when they just scoop immediately if they're playing like Reanimator or something. Okay, it's Affinity, but we were on the play. Metallic Rebuke is quite good here. And we're just gonna have to like build our way up to these kappas. We didn't draw an artifact land. I think we just play this one because it's going to be tapped later. Alright, Emery that does nothing. Got him. See ya. So we can climb to Mythic with this deck. Like I said, it's not tier 0 or even tier 1, but it's surprisingly effective. The main problem with this deck is that there's certain strategies that rely on like the composition of your library, and this deck is really bad when it comes to those, and like there's a few matchups it's really bad at. So like a lands deck, it's going to be bad at usually. Um, Against like an equipment deck with like a lot of tutors, for instance, it's usually going to be pretty bad. I think I'm gonna. This feels like a reanimator, so I'm gonna actually hold Grave Expectations here. Okay, maybe not. Affinity. I mean, we're definitely doing it this turn because we're juggling next turn. Kind of annoying. The opponent has a whole bunch of like looting cards that's going to help them recover from the juggle. But whatever, at least you still go. Yep. Get rid of my trash cards. This is the problem, is that he has 2 loots a turn, so he can just trade out the cards that we janked up for him for new cards, and that's like pretty rough for us. But we do have Pinnacle Emissary into a bunch of artifacts. That is pretty good. We'd kind of like to get Rona down. Alright, here we go. So warp this in. Rona. Next turn we can Emissary, Retraction Helix, Emery. What's this do, by the way? Sacrifice to draw 2. Okay. Retraction Helix on Rona can bounce a bunch of his shit. Vivi. Okay. Like I said, Affinity is one of our worst matchups, especially when they get an engine online really fast or just dump their hand instantly. It's like tough for us to compete when they can dump like their entire hand by turn 2. And in this one, like you saw the opening, like he got a card draw engine up immediately. Now he has like effectively infinite mana here. He can draw 5 cards. Yep. Okay, but good news. He doesn't have Emery, at least. Okay. Do more. I mean, this is pretty much lost for us. Okay. But we're dead anyway, just through these. Yeah. Like I said, Affinity's our worst matchup. Our... Maybe... Now that we can have... Oh man, we can have 15 card sideboards in best of 1 now. That changes everything. That makes Karn so much stronger in best of 1. And now I'm like... Do we put a 4 of Karn in our sideboard? And then if we... Okay, this is actually good. Probably should have exiled a land. Whatever. Alright, we're gonna heist him at the end of his turn, blast out a juggle. Well, that's fucking annoying. Okay, I thought it was Goblin, the sacrifice outlet. It's not. Impact Tremors isn't too bad. Probably this. He has a first striker. Let's get this. Spin all of that. Oh yeah, it's perfect. Okay, that's fucking annoying. So he gets a Amtraptor and hits a fucking Ocelot Pride. Alright, sure. I swear to God, they hit the most ridiculous luck. What is this like back to like? So he played a Amped Raptor. We fucking switched hands. He top decked an Amped Raptor, played it, got an Ocelot Pride, and then the next turn he top decked another Amp Raptor. That's such bullshit. Such bullshit, man. Fucking ridiculous. Do you have any draw lands? We need something to deal with this fucking Ocelot Pride. No blocks. Okay, take 4, gain 2. Well, this was bullshit. We get the worst hand ever from his deck. Look at this. We got fucking 5 lands. No attacks. There's no way he has... Yeah, okay. I was about to say, there's no way he has a removal spell. Because he just top decked 3 back-to-back Amped Raptors. Sometimes the fucking shuffler is some bullshit, yo. Do we just have to... I think we just have to fucking trade the Ocelot Prides here. He's not doing me any good. Yeah. Alright. You here, you here. Unfortunate. But, like, we're in a losing position right now. We have to stop the flow of creatures coming in on his side of the board. Now we basically need, like, bribery? Oh, he made a huge mistake. He made a huge fucking mistake. I mean, we could still lose here. Actually, I don't know if we can. I'm thinking. Can we... Okay, we can play out everything. Alright, so this first. Then this. Then this. Okay. We should at least be stable here. Why did you not just do that first? Oh well, whatever. Now, do you want to play any more creatures? And I mean, next turn, Swordens can block. Impact Tremors doesn't work anymore. We gain more life from him playing creatures than we lose. Like, honestly, even just like a Gilded Goose would be really nice for us right now. Gilded Goose, Bribery. Sure. This just heals us. Heals us a smidge. You can't get anything that can hurt us with it. Because we don't have anything that can hurt us in our deck. We net life from that. And after next turn, we can block Amped Raptors with swords. Or what if I did this for 3? Okay. That's unfortunate. No tax. Intern. Unfortunate. I think we're just dead now, right? We have to double block, unfortunately. Alright, if he has any creatures, we're dead. I just got insane top deck luck. Like, top decking 3 Amped Raptors back to back to back is like actually triggering. Actually triggering. I mean, like, he goes first. He plays a land, does nothing. Our turn. We play a land. Heist him. He plays a fucking Amped Raptor. Hits freaking Impact Tremors off of it. And then we juggle, dump both our hands. His next top deck is an Amped Raptor into a fucking Ocelot Pride. And then his next draw is another Amped Raptor into another Impact Tremors. That's fucking so lucky. So lucky. Alright, this is a good hand though. We got turn 2 juggle, that's what we're trying to do. And we slam this, slam a bird. Next turn, reflecting pool juggle. That's it. Beat the opponent up with their own hand. Sure, you can have your ley line, that's fine. Alright, hope it was worth it. How do we get such a fucking shit draw? My god. I mean, I guess Voice of the Blessed with a Shelter by Ghost on it is cute. Oh yeah, we're definitely doing that. The luck is insane. Like, you top deck that? You're such a bitch. Okay. How about this? No, you cannot have a freaking Ocelot Pride after top decking it. My god, stop giving my opponent the perfect card every time I dump their hand on their next draw. So if he tries to team block this to stop me from being able to gain life, we can Grave Expectations to gain life at instant speed. Exile some stuff from his graveyard. Wait, how did he... Oh my god. Okay. Nice. Let's wait on this one. I'm going for the surprise. Okay. So now the question is, do we heist? Okay, sure. You want to attack me? Now, do we heist or do we use it to gain life? I mean, I think we actually still outscale this. I think we still outscale this. Sure. We chump the 5/5 next turn. Like, we just have to get to the point where we're outpacing him with our Voice of the Blessed here. Like, now it's gonna have Vigilance, Lifelink. Okay. Again, we're probably okay. Actually, no, that was bad. This is what, 4, 9, 12? Yeah, we're fine. We can just take this. No blocks. I think we're gonna have the heist. I don't think we can... Okay. That's good. This changes the field a little bit. Okay. Can't attack, though. Cannot attack. That's... I'm gaining life off this attack. Now you lose your buff. Now what? Oh no, you don't want to do that. Yeah, you don't want to do that, my man. I don't have anything in my deck that's going to help you. So now it's like, now you're really up a creek here. Now the question is, do we Thraven Charm the Ocelot Pride? Or the Leyline of... I think it's the Ocelot Pride here. Yeah. I'm gonna hit the Ocelot Pride. Thraven Charm the Ocelot Pride. Next turn we Halia, Ocelot Pride, Sarah Ascendant. Hold up Razorgrass Ambush. Now the question is, do we want Bribery? I think we might. Yeah, let's get Bribery. Gotta start running creatures under it. Got him. Oh, I love this deck. It's a masterpiece. It's like the thing about this deck, right, is like, yeah, it's not a tier 0, it's not a tier 1 deck. But every time you play this deck, you get a different experience because you're always, it's like, this is the deck you play if you want to play every different type of deck and then just have it be randomized. And the deck building constraints of this is so unique in that, like, you're building a pile that does nothing intentionally. Something like this. Burden to juggle. So now I'm getting all these red-white energy decks right now. Alright, play me something. Yep, sure. You wanna blow up my bird? We just block, right? I mean, it doesn't really matter. Killing my birds is free, so there's no way he doesn't do it. I swear to God, they always have the best fucking possible opening. Okay, so we have 3 mana next turn anyway, so we just want to make sure that he doesn't draw anything good. Or do our best to with Siphon. Sure. I mean, we're fucked. Like, if we don't have the like, if we fail to go off on turn 2 against these fast decks, it's like whatever. Okay, this is great. Like, I don't care. Take my Leyline of the Void. It doesn't matter against your deck anyway. We take 3, and then juggle, and then we take 5. And it's gonna cost us 2 life to juggle. So, like, we're gonna take 7 from here. Actually, we can do it for cheap for 1 life to juggle. Alright, get rid of all your cards. We need a board wipe or something. Like, this is such a fucking bad, like, there's such a fucking bad sequencing here of him going, like, turn 1 headliner, turn 2 Goblin Bombardment. That stopped us from being able to go off on turn 2, which basically screws us because, like, his deck by turn 3 is going to have basically lethal board presence. All because he was on the play. If we were on the play, we win this. And we can't get on the board anymore here. We're dead. We're dead next turn, actually. Alright, we're dead. Sometimes it'd be like that. Where is... I can't see. God damn it, it's dark in here. It's fucking dark in my cave. I'm trying to do stuff. Put things in things. Good enough. And then... hello, please. That looks like a... See, and here we're on the play, right? If we'd had the same hand we had last time on the play against that deck, we would have been fine. He wouldn't have been able to kill our birds on turn 1. And we just win it. Win it. We get Arden and smash him with Ulamog next turn. Assuming he doesn't top deck Life Death, which, given our luck tonight, he probably did. But if he didn't, we loot, play Arden, destroy him with his own combo. Yes, yes, play the spells in your hand, yes. Fuck, he didn't play it. I mean, we're gonna go for it regardless. Oh, Grave Expectations is a good draw. He kept a Grave Expectations. That's fine. We got one too. Yep, that's fine. Sure. Yep, that's fine. If he tries to reanimate, we have Expectations. If he doesn't, we have Otherworldly Gaze. Oh, you're doing that? Alright, in that case, I want a Heist. Probably this. That's super fucking aggressive to do that. If you're the opponent, you need to understand you never ever cast Juggle. You're just giving me 9 cards for free. I think we win now. Bribery. So we have like a bunch of different ways to win here. We Lightning Axe, discard the Arden, Necromancy, bring it back, hit him with Ugin, or we could Bribery, get an Arden. I don't know how many Ardens he has in his deck. So let's do it this way. Got him. Oh man, this shit's funny. And like, here's the thing, right? If we get a good hand, we might have a leyline in it, and we just win the game automatically against Reanimator in that case. Like, if you have a hand that has everything you need and a leyline. Okay, this is fine. This back. Play Burb. Gonna juggle, steal his Reanimator spell, and beat him to death with his own shit. Here we... Actually, you know what? I got a better idea. Let's cut him off of winning ever. You're gonna try to reanimate. We're gonna Grave Expectations at the end of his turn. Okay, he has a counterspell. Yeah, right. I'm not gonna run anything good into the counterspell while I have Treasures and Grave Expectations up. I want him to fucking commit to something, wipe it out with this, and then slam a leyline. And then at that point, we can just win at our leisure. good. We're chilling. Sure. He has reanimator spells. That's not the problem. So... what if I just slam this? Alright. And then what do we got here? Let's go ahead and pass the turn. We got a clean graveyard here. Go ahead and ice you. Probably Arden. Might as well cast it. Yeah. Is it Charm? Well, we read that nicely. Funny shit. And that's how it can go differently against that deck. We just need the right cards. I don't like it. Nope. Okay. It sucks, but like we have to take it, kind of. Yeah, that's fine. We don't care. Is bribery better here? I don't think so. But it's actually probably pretty close, because we could bribery next turn. And if he's running like big shit, and we bribery him this early, it's pretty good. Do whatever you want, dude. Ornate for 1. I'll take that. Okay, let's think about this for a second. So this would give me 2. Next turn I still have Karn. Yeah, okay. Let's get it out. Okay, that was his draw for the turn. We're gonna slam Karn and fetch Liquid Metal Coating. Ooh. Let's do this. Start popping lands. All right. Yeah. So obviously he has to kill that. I should have melted this land. Ah, shit. Alright, well, bribery then. Azka, Godtree, Gilded Goose. What's he hitting us with? A 3/3? Uh. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're about to have 8. It's 9. Okay. We have 8 mana, right? No, not quite. Not quite. Now we did. So when did... Yeah. Yeah. Got him. The Karn board wins it. Having the Karn board in this deck is psychotic, but it's good. Like, it's kind of hilarious is you're building a Karn board in a deck with no Karn in it. Although, we got more slots in the sideboard now, so maybe it's time to put Karn in the sideboard? Because, like, we already have a Karn board. If we're up against a deck that can't use Karn, it's just free, kind of. Bunch of useful artifacts. Yep, this is good. Gilded Goose, Reflecting Pool. Alright, here you go. So whatever he plays here, love it. Awesome. Whatever he plays here is what he keeps. We're gonna juggle. Oh no, 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 no. I don't think that was the right decision. I mean, he might reprieve us. Okay. Alright. He's got Mana Tide. This. Well, we're gonna start siphoning them. Bunch of removal spells. So that Mana Tide might have just won him the game. It's like pretty likely at this point. We need something. He's probably got another one. And that's why he's been doing nothing. Okay. This is why you can't play Reprieve in this deck, my dude. You fucking made your Amped Raptor shitty. I swear to God, this guy. Alright. How have I not hit any removal and he's been hitting removal this whole time? After siphoning him 3 times, he literally had a handful of removal. Oh well, whatever. Let's drink more of his deck. That's a bummer. Alright, well. Look at this shit. How do you have any gas? This is fucking stupid. Oh, we're dead. And the mana tide did indeed cost us the game. Bummer. I don't think there's really any way out of it here. Yeah, alright. Dead. Bummer. Mulligan the shit. Mulligan. Mulligan. Oh my god, we're so fucked. thinking. It has to be just one. And we gotta pitch the other Gemstone Caverns. If we draw a land here, we're in good shape. If we don't, we're fucked. Okay, that's not a land, so we're probably fucked. Okay, he's gonna kill that. Sure. This is just like Belcher. Yep, we're pretty screwed here. We're dead. We can go out on our terms at least. Oh, did he stall? Unlikely that he is. So he stalled because he used that spike field hazard. Alright, here's our move right here. This is our chance. If he doesn't have the win already. Alright, we go out on our own terms. Can't cast anything else. Yeah. Yeah, we're dead there. That's another example of a deck that is hard to beat with this deck. Because it depends on like the composition of their deck for it to work. If you have a bunch of lands in your deck, their win condition doesn't work for you the same way it does for them. So, like, those decks are already kind of asymmetric, or lands decks are like that, where like they're gonna eventually hit critical mass and start valid cutting you, and no amount of stealing their deck is gonna fix that. And they have a bunch of cards that get lands out of their deck and things like that that do nothing for you. Nothing special anyway. If their deck is if like their deck composition is a key component in their strategy, so if they're using like lots of tutor spells, things like that, is a lot harder to beat them with this deck. What is this? Motherfucking. Okay, so no. No. Come the fuck on, man. Okay. We're keeping it. We'll put back Outrageous Robbery is too ambitious. It's probably something like this. And then we can... I wish if I could get a colored land, then we could Symmetry Siphon next turn. Okay, we're just gonna... Let's see if he can use it. Yeah. Alright, you're good. Sure. This actually doesn't affect us because we put Juggle on top of our library. So now we're going to just go ahead and do this. All your cards go away, and I get all your cards. Let's go ahead and play this into this. No box. Birthing Ritual pretty useless for us, so maybe we Juggernaut Peddler it and turn it into a construct, and we could Marionette Juggernaut Peddler trade our Peddler for his Peddler, come out on top in that exchange, maybe. We have quite a bit of mana. So, actually, what if we do this? There's no way he top decked the combo in 2 turns, right? No shot. No fucking shot, dude. No shot. So you're telling me we ditched his hand and his next 2 cards were his infinite combo? Like literally discard your whole hand, next turn draws 1 card of the combo, next turn draws the other card of the combo. Are you fucking kidding me? Oh my god. So fucking lucky. Um no. No. Yes. Something like this. Discard. Thoughtseize. Here it is. Yep. Sure. I mean, turn 1 Thoughtseize is bad for us. No doubt about it. Especially when we have to mulligan a bunch of cards down. You can Thoughtseize me again if you want. I don't care about the second ley line. Okay, sure. So does that mean we play this ley line just to fucking not flip the... I think it does. Alright. Well, what again? Bribery would be good. I mean, that doesn't really matter that much at this point. Wonder what we could get out of his deck if we hit him with bribery. I mean, we gotta live 2 turns for that to happen, too. I think we're dead. All right, so this is 6, 7, no, 6. All right, yeah, we're dead. Sometimes it's like that. You do have to mulligan aggressively with this deck, like because you don't care how many cards are in your opening hand as long as you can cast one card to switch hands. It's like you're good. But if they disrupt that on the first turn, you're in a lot of trouble, especially if you had to mulligan to 4. Are we like bugged out or something? Yeah, it's gonna time out here. Let me hang on. All right. All right. Can we get a game? I do love this deck. Here we go. All right. So, nope. Yep. Yep. And then let's pitch this. Maybe I should have kept that. I don't know. Well, now I should have. All right. Play your most valuable thing. Daxos it is. It's probably worth heisting here, I think, and cracking the treasure. Oh, yeah, buddy. Let's black hole those. Nice welcome, Guide of Souls, Voice of Victory, Dollmaker's Shop. So we need Guide of Souls into Voice of Victory. Or, yeah. Guide of Souls, Voice of Victory. Then next turn we can play double Voice of the Blessed, maybe. Attack with Voice of Victory. Trigger everything a shitload of times. So next turn it's going to be these two. Because we want to set up like Voice of the Blessed. If we get another land, we could do double Voice. If we don't, we could go Welcome into Voice, trigger twice, attack, trigger 4 times. Alright, Guide Souls. Voice of Victory. It would be hilarious to win like a tournament with this deck. Although it'd be difficult in best of three, probably. All they need is like some counter magic, and you're kind of hosed if they know what you're up to. You could board in some stuff though. Like, I've thought about Orm's Chant in here because it is kind of a do nothing card. It's annoying, but it won't win the game on its own. But that does help them stall, which is not great. Alright, so next turn we're either going to go Johnny's Welcome, Voice of the Blessed, or if we... or Voice of the Blessed, Voice of the Blessed. Depends on if we hit a land or not. Alright, opponent. And we just present the opponent with the same dilemma he was attempting to present us. Alright, so... yeah, because this is like... this plus attack with Voice of Victory makes Voice of the Blessed quite big. Double Voice of the Blessed. We don't get nearly as many, like, it's a little bit slower, but I think we could still get into 6/6s next turn. Alright, bye-bye. That works too. Abandon all plans. That is hilarious. I swear to God. It's the funnest deck. And it's like not even close. This deck is like... every game is a unique puzzle. And there's no consistency because you don't know what you're going to be up against to start. Loris. You need faster. God damn it. Alright, we're going down to 5. Or 4. We're dead. Okay, there you go. Boom. We have to hit perfect, but I mean, there is theoretically a route. And we scoop insta on Thoughtseize. Okay, that's fine. Yep. It's gonna be like real soon that it doesn't matter anymore. Like probably, yeah, we're dead. Okay, dead. If this had been a land and this had been a land, we would be in this scenario right here, and we would have juggled, which is like potentially fine if they don't top deck an enchantment. Like we can win from there, but whiffing on both lands and we mulligan to 2, can't do it. Okay, yeah, this is fine. Actually like this hand quite a bit. Been the bribery. Alright, opponent's on like land ramp. That's fine. Lands is difficult for us with this stack, I will say. Okay, that was really good because now we can get all our mana dorks on the field. We're gonna have 5 mana when we juggle, which is pretty good. What do we want more? Maybe traverse, I guess. It's not really that good, but it's fine. Okay, we need a way to discard. This just finds a land, right? Yeah, that's kind of trash for us. I think from here it's just gonna be Siphon Insight. We have to find a way to discard from their deck. Yep. And we might want to hold on to this Boseiju too. We probably just play Shifting Woodlands tapped and hold up Siphon Insight and Boseiju. Because like he could find a Shifting Woodlands and just like immediately win basically. So yeah, we're gonna do that. Keep all our mana up. Okay. He's gonna grab one. This is why we did this. Does he have the mana to do it twice? Maybe? But it might not actually matter because you would have to cast something at instant speed. Oh, he tapped wrong. Okay. Do you have something you can cast at instant speed? Can this get anything from my... No. So it can't return the one I just burned. Okay, Grave Expectations is pretty good here, I think. So let's just... Whap. Whap. That's a whiff. Let's grab a land. Alright. We have the ability to exile the 3 payoff cards he has right now. Do it. You used it last turn. There's no food, my friend. You can't tap kill the goose for mana when there's no food. Yeah, it doesn't work like that though. At least for this turn, you don't get it. Okay. So... Siphon. Probably still dead, I guess. Unfortunately. Yeah, okay. attacks. We did switch hands, so he might not have that much gas. I want him to think that I have it. He thinks that I've got it. Alright. Fuck, man. If I had Traxa, I wouldn't be able to... Alright, let's think about this. I could Elshnorn, it kills all his dorks, but he has Omniscience. So... Or I could Atraxa and discard some of my own cards. I think... Alright, let's break this stalemate. We might lose here. Siphon, bird, land, bribery. No attacks. Discard Omniscience. We're gambling that his hand is worse than ours. Alright. Now's your chance. If he doesn't have it and we Omniscience, like, we win on the spot. Okay, maybe he has... Got him. I do love this deck. I almost switched to that avatar today. I do like that one. Yep, we keep this. We keep these, so we're gonna do this. We're gonna exile this. Gonna be hard to stop this hand even with Thoughtseize, so let's see. Ooh, I bet your deck would hate having this happen. So let's pick that up. Play this on black tapped. Next turn we juggle. It's like we get to use shitty lands and exploit them, and like the lands are only good, like they ramp you quickly to like 3 lands, and then you would have no lands. But by that point, you're switching hands with the opponent, so it doesn't matter. At that point, you're not worried about the ratio of lands in your deck. You're worried about it in the opponent's deck. Yep, this is good. Alright, we go with treasure here so that our goose doesn't get nuked. And stop us from doing this next turn, because we want to dump this, we want to trade hands with this as quickly as possible and then stabilize. Yeah, see, that's not great. Alright. Because, like, he's gonna have gas for a little bit now, unfortunately. But we have no choice but to go in. We need kill spells. Okay, those aren't kill spells. It does do a lot of damage, though. Show off Reckless Charge turn 1, then Reckless Charge ponder something else. We might be able to race. I don't know. Our deck has a lot of little 1-mana dinky stuff that does nothing. And like you can Heist Chain. Okay, that was his draw for the turn. And then Heist us. Or Siphon Insight. Yeah. And see, like, that gives him a spell next turn too, which would mean we would be dead. So we're probably just dead because wizards can do this. Alright, we're at 2 life. Yeah, we're dead. It's just like, I mean, I don't know, man. Like, they have a completely, like, absurdly lethal threat by turn 3. And we're, like, trying to pick up the pieces. Like, we have spells in our deck. They're gonna still be able to trigger prowess. Alright, what do we got? What do we got? Yes, this is good. This is actually quite a good hand. I like it. And we're on the play. Oh, yeah, we just win. You don't even register the games that go like this. Like, you hit Reanimator and you just have a Leyline hand that was already good. It's like, okay, I guess you lose. Which I do enjoy. Like, get fucked, Reanimator. The nerf to the fucking Scholar Reanimator was, like, deserved and um and should have happened sooner, but the other Reanimator is, like, basically just as good. They should never should have printed the 2-mana Reanimator spells. No, this is not good. No. No. Well, alright. You want Reanimator, buddy? No. Alright, well, I want to do this, but we need a land. We are dead. Okay, that's good. Alright, here. Kill me. Play tap land. Fuck. We're dead. Yeah. Belcher is still very strong. I think now our Belcher deck... Ooh, we could refactor our Belcher deck. That's something that I need to do, because it used to be that the one blue pay X spell was like basically always better than creativity, but I don't think that's the case anymore. I think creativity may be better now because like the requirements changed and that spell costs one more mana, which changes the balance of it completely. Okay, yeah, this is good. We're gonna slam this. Which you, I think we'd rather carry the Bird of Paradise with us after the juggle. Although, like sometimes Goose is better, especially against like a burn deck or something like that. We don't know what we're up against, so we're gonna play to the most common tap land. Yeah, boy. Let's swap. No, that's fun. Oracle we have to be careful with here. Got him. It becomes a slog for that control deck when all of a sudden they have a bunch of trash cards. I think there's actually probably something to like a green white Belcher build too. Alright, it's not ideal, but it's gonna have to do. It's not until turn 3 because this is we're not on the oh no. Affinity, that's bad. Alright. So he grabs back the interlacer. That's one of his manas. No. Robots into Amber into some other one drop. Okay. I mean, we're fucked, by the way. But we have no option. What do you think about this? I mean, we're really fucking screwed here, but whatever. What do we got in here? Another Drix Interlacer. So he grabs that, right? I was surprised he didn't pull it last time, to be honest. Yeah. Plays that. Triggers that. Yeah. Yeah. Alright. Block one of these. Alright, we can do some work next turn. I don't think we can overcome this though, unless he has like board wipes in his deck, which is unlikely. Them slamming Emery on like turn 2 is so bad for us. Okay. I mean, if we were gonna win, it would start with something that looks kind of like what just happened. So now we need to robots, interlacer, seat. Really? Why? Why didn't he do that? He was gonna win. Like, he was definitely gonna win that game. I don't know why he did that. Like, I was basically completely gassed. I was gonna play the thing. I was gonna make a bunch of things. I was gonna put the unblockable guy in, but I think he still outraced us. Even in that scenario. Um. Nope. Oh my God, we're so fucked. So we can make this work. Okay, this is what we do. Put this back. Put this back. Play this on black. We're gonna do this for a land. I mean, again, this is Wizards. We're probably fucked because he's gonna play uh, 2 1-drops that will kill us in 2 hits. All right. Like, basically, to win this matchup, when we juggle, we have to hit removal. And we have to clear their board. And at that point, we stand a chance. Alright, play whatever you want, dude. Dreadhorde Arcanist. That would actually be bad. We don't want him having anything that recurs stuff from the graveyard. Then a surgical, my scheming symmetry, I welcome that. I don't want to draw that anymore. Do it. Alright, Soulscar Mage. Why did you do it like that? You're missing 2 damage. You're supposed to haste the Soulscar Mage, my brother. You haste the one that came in. Like, the damage, it doesn't matter if one thing is bigger. You would have had 8 instead of 6. Alright, well. Let's bin it. Okay. We do have some removal. So assuming he can't kill us here, we stand a chance. Here's what we do. We play Fiery Canal, we play Slick Shot, we Chain Lightning, and then Wizard Lightning his creatures off. And then the turn after that, we have Ponder and Dreadhorde Arcanist to start recurring stuff. That's the best we can do. Yeah. So here we go. We're gonna take at least 6, 8. 8 would be getting off pretty light, actually. Okay, that's actually probably good. It means we're not taking 3 from the fucking Reckless Charge. Unless he found a land. I did say 8 would be getting off lightly. Okay. Alright, so I think we hit Sage and Arcanist. Okay, here we go. We go in. Alright, we can take 5 here. Nope. Decides not to hit us for 5. Okay, now he's gonna hit us for 5, right? You could buy this. I'd like him to buy this because it's slow. No. Okay, he has a burn spell. It's not good. It doesn't mean we take less damage. Alright. Ponder. No, we don't want this. That's not good. So we do this. We do this. We do this. This way we can at least chump if he casts Reckless Charge. We could cast both Reckless Charges on that Soulscar Mage. That'd be big smart. I definitely won't jump block it. Probably dead here. And cast another one. Do it. Cast the other one. Make it big. What? Okay. Maybe not how I would have done it, but sure. That's actually a catastrophic mistake. Because now he can kill the Soulscar Mage. That's good too. Okay. Let me sack this here. Change the math up a little bit. Yeah, that's what I thought. Alright, draw a card. Sure. Siphon's a decent draw here. We're absolutely going to use it. Yeah, we want a creature. Okay, that's good. We can kill him next turn. Alright, come on, dude. In the tank. Alright, so a burn spell won't do it for him. It also won't do it for us either, though, because, like, this has to get through unblocked. We, like, strike rich, strike rich. If we do this, we go down to 3, by the way, which is a bad number to be on against this deck when they're top decking. But, like, if he were to say slam, like, a hasted Dreadhorde Arcanist or something like that, we would have to kill it. You could buy Gigantha. You could actually buy and play Gigantha, which is kind of scary, actually. That's his move. It was bad a few turns ago, but it's good now. Because he can get it out on the same turn. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He goes down to 4. And then our best bet is probably chump blocking and trying to bait him into going down to 3 so we can hit him with Wizard Lightning. Not where we want to be, for sure. You know, Gilded Goose would be great. I think he left, though, so we probably just win. Right? Now we just attack. And if he lets it through, we lightning him, hit for 6. We just need to cast 1 Strike It Rich. I mean, I'm going for it. The yeah, so that's how we have a chance against it is basically we have to stabilize. And then once we're both starting from 0 cards. To be fair, he made a couple of mistakes. We would have been in a much more perilous position if we were at 2 life instead of 4, and he definitely missed at least 2 damage. Then all of a sudden we can't use all our lands. Nope. Nope. Can I get a good hand for once? Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay. I mean, here's the thing. So you're saying there's a chance. We need to draw a land here. We're probably fucked if we don't. It's not a land. We're dead. If we'd hit a land, we would have tutored. He would have probably played like 9 tails next turn. We flip the hands, and then we have a chance to kind of turn the tables, but we had to hit that land. We can't mulligan to 3 and not hit like exactly the cards we need. And I mean, the land is the right gamble because it's the highest likelihood on any given draw that you're of the different cards in your deck would be a land, right? Like, so basically trying to set us up so that if we hit the land, we're in business. Okay, we don't need this. We don't need this. Play this. Play this. See, and like now we have this is a good hand. Opponent's gonna play a card. Hopefully not Thoughtseize. And hopefully not bolting our bird. That would suck. Okay. He bolts our bird. It's alright, we got a land. Heist. We're looking for a burn spell. What's the most likely to win us the game? I mean, Reckless Charge is pretty good. So is Show Off. Alright. The problem here is that he's gonna have free reign to cast shit off the Arcanist, which is not ideal. But it doesn't matter, we have to do this because it's gonna be better for him to have to go through the graveyard than to just keep the hand he's got. And then maybe next turn we can nuke the Arcanist. He's gonna get at least like whatever the best 1 mana spell he has in his hand. You want surgical my graveyard expectations or whatever? I don't really have anything good in here. Sure. I mean, this is actually bad for you because that's one of the better cards for the opponent. It triggers prowess very easily and like chains very easily. So like, what do we want to take here? Oh, we just wait. Okay, perfect. This is perfect. This is perfect. This is a great hand, actually. We're in good shape. We'll just surgical whatever he tries to get back with the Dreadhorde Arcanist. And then next turn we have Swift Spear Teachings, Symmetry Sage, Reckless Charge, Chain Lightning. or Symmetry Sage, show off Reckless Charge to Symmetry Sage, which might actually be the way. Alright, come on, do something. We need to kill the Arcanist, though, so we are going to be doing that. Which card do you want to lose the most? Do we Chain Lightning before playing any creatures here? No, he's gonna play cards. He's gonna play cards. We already know he's got another Dread Horde. Um, can I suspend this? Um, so I fucked up. It's alright. Yeah, I sequenced that wrong, I think. Maybe he just bribes us. He tapped his flyer. He tapped his flyer. I mean, I guess this gets another flyer, right? Because he's gonna kill our creature here. He'll chain lightning us. Or maybe he surgicals or juggle, you never know. He's definitely gonna kill the slick shot show off though. I'm thinking. How greedy are you, my brother? If he surgicals us, he's dead, I'm pretty sure. I guess he's got the bird. No, he kills the show off. Okay, great. Cool. Cool, cool, cool. Let's do this. I'm just thinking, what is our best damage here? What do we have in here? Okay, do this. This forces him to use his last burn spell out of the graveyard, right? Actually, he can't even use it. And then next turn we have he also has trample, which is viable here. Okay. Oh. Well, that's nice. You can just play it again. So we probably just lose now, right? We need to Swiftspear's teachings and try to hit shuffle everything away again. Alright, so swings, cast, surgical. It takes what? Juggle? Yeah, it's gonna be juggle. Harvester haste. Yeah, So he takes our juggles. That makes this harder. Um, outrageous robbery might work. All right, pick one. Let's Swift Spear. Play this. Play this. Prowess. All right, block me. All right, cashing the lands in. Symmetry Sage. They have any? There's no 1 mana spells left. Yeah, desperate for a 1 mana spell here. I mean, you have this, Strike It Rich. You just play Strike It Rich, and we're dead, I think. Not dead, but... I mean, you definitely play Strike It Rich here. Pretty sure we're dead. I don't know why he doesn't just cast the treasure generator. Swing, cast the treasure generator. Buff both. Yeah, now you get... Yeah, this is lethal. I mean, it's not lethal, but like he could hit us for 9, or he can kill our Symmetry Sage. We're just basically boned to this point. I mean, there are things that we could draw, I guess. We have to heist our way out of it, which is pretty unlikely, I think. Right, this gets to hit Flame of Anor. He's gonna draw cards. Yeah. And kill our shit. Sure. But they're already buffed. I mean... Yep, bop bop. He's got 3 mana. Another Symmetry Sage. Alright, that's where it would start. Now we're dead. We would have needed that a long time ago. It's kind of just how it goes sometimes. We stall out. Okay. Looks great. We definitely play these. For once we have a good hand. Bribery's a better backup plan than Outrageous Robbery, so we'll discard that. And then we're like actually reasonably close to casting Bribery. That's Jawari Ruins. Alright, we can get around that. And we're definitely gonna throw out Juggle next turn. Alright, what are you, Belcher? No, Aquatic Subtlety. And we just ramp. Alright, so yeah, we're just ramping. Because we can play Agent of Treachery. Or attracts sacrifice a creature, discard 3 cards, lose 5 life, you return creature card, graveyard your hand, draw 3, gain 5. Okay. Do we want to... Yeah, this is fine. We're gonna let him do that. We'll get another hand of good stuff. We have a lot of mana now. Yeah, it's even better. We just slam Sin. We play a tap land and just cash in everything. Yep. Got him. Alright, 1 or 2 more games. Yeah, let's mull this. Mulligan. Trying to find our... Juggle. Oh man, that's rough. Okay. We have to play it this way, unfortunately, so... We play this because the upside, like... Either way, it would be turn 3 before we could go off. The upside's higher with this because we could draw into it. Okay. Alright. Here we go. It's almost tempting, so he's on Eldrazi, it's almost tempting to take Bribery. Because we could hit that next turn. But he could also bounce all our shit, so I think we have to take this. And we'll make it tempting for him to bounce our shit, because like that's fine too. Because like it's gonna be tempting for him to Muldrifter here to just bounce all my shit, right? And then we get the Juggle the Performance like unimpeded. Alright, well, we probably lose then. I mean, I'm not conceding because we could pull a Bribery at this point and just like rip an Emrakul or something out of his deck and just win on the spot. So we're still staying in. Alright, you want to bounce all my shit? That's fine. Yep. These are easy to redeploy. I'm gonna hold Grave Expectations here. He could activate Shifting Woodland to like attack me with the Muldrifter. he's going to. So I think it was the right choice. Come on, do it. You know, just chilling. That's good. But I think we want to wait. Do we wait? Okay, I'm gonna clear his graveyard before we do this. Yep. Alright, now do it. I'm gonna help you discard those cards, my man. Hilarious. So that actually wrecks his plan there a little bit. Alright, you got a really great hand there with a lot of stuff in it, my friend. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, we can get to one with the multiverse mana here. We also have Ugin's Binding, Null Drifter combination. But we can also just slam Null Drifter at the end of this next turn. So that's what he drew this turn. So even if he were to hit Omniscience, it wouldn't really matter. We want to hit Bribery like a lot. Like if we hit Bribery, we're in big business. He's got Emrakul. We just bribe out the Emrakul, and it's like, gonna be hard for him to come back from that. Okay. I think I want to hang out. No attacks. Next turn we can slam one with the multiverse. We probably should Ugin's Binding here. Alright. Alright, so he gets to do this. Okay. Emrakul. Sure. So, do we have... I'm just thinking... Okay. Do we have a recourse here? Maybe, actually. This can hit Emrakul. So we gotta wait for combat. Oh, I fucked up. I fucked up. I thought I was saying pass to, like, That's my fault, though. Alright, one more game. Yeah, that's a bummer, because I fucked that up. I was confused about the phases. So, like, I needed to bounce him there at that stop. And I said it right. And then was like, oh, no, like, I'll do it right before attackers. So, set a stop at attackers. But then, like, obviously, he got to attack, which is bad. But yeah, we would have bounced Emrakul. And then the next turn, we could have Muldrifter bounced everything that he put down. Do it like that. I think it has a higher upside. And now we can do this and heist. Alright, he's gonna have mana. Sure. Excuse me. So I'm thinking Badger Mole on a forest. Use that to cast Elvish Warmaster into Leafcrown Visionary. Then we have a little wall. That Outrageous Robbery is kind of scary with the turbo mana. No blocks. Alright, here we go. So, play this. Badger Mole. Play this. Play this. I'm thinking. It's this, right? We can take one more hit. And then we just start bashing, right? With Circle of Dreams Druid triggering Warmaster. Makes blocks really hard. Okay. You should cast that first so that you could cast the creature. Probably like, what, Craterhoof? I mean, Craterhoof is a fucking problem. We need... Can we go again? Um, no. Yeah, we're dead. Alright, we're dead. Craterhoof definitely will kill us. Okay, last one for real this time. To get some sleep. Fucking. Alright. Stop. And go. And. Oh man, it's borderline. Let's mulligan. Okay, this is better. Put one of these down. Yep, this guy. And go. I'm just thinking. Probably this, actually. So, next turn is Voice Sky Knight. And then the turn after. Such bullshit, yo. Like, how do they always draw the best card possible in the moment? Okay, that's not good. 16, huh? Yeah, we're dead. All right. All right. GG's. I am gonna go sleep. Later. Or maybe I might do a quick demo of my project. But either way, later.